Welcome to my studio. I love to make jewelry, and whenever I do, it's all about color and more color and lots of color. And it's also about swirly organic shapes. So I do a lot of wire wrapping, and today I'm going to show you some of how I do that. So sit back and relax, and let's make some jewelry. One of the more fun parts of making jewelry is making things that dangle. This is just a piece of brass 20 gauge wire, and I flattened the end with a chasing hammer so that it will hold a bead on it. Yep, that's what you want. Now let's put another one on, and then we'll make a loop at the top, and that's where we will attach it to the bead piece. So I'm just going to wrap that around. And then I'm going to give it a little twist back. Check to make sure that it's standing upright. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then I would just snip off the excess. And I would also take the time to get any sharp ends off, but right now I just want to show you how that goes on. I started this part with about 12 inches. Obviously this piece isn't, but this is just to show you how I make the loop that the dangle will go on. So that will slide on. So lovely. And then I would hold this in place and twist one of the wires around. And that would be the attachment. Now I've already got my beads started here. For this one I used 3 beads instead of one long one. And I've got them all threaded on. I have a long tail and a short tail, so the long bead goes on the short tail, and then it gets the secret weapon. Yep, that's right, it's a pen cap. That's how I make my bails. I like a nice big bunchy wire bail. So it wraps around twice and crosses over, and then it wraps around the bottom. And then when you slide it out, you pinch those together and center them the best that you can. And if there's a little inequality, that's okay. That can be straightened up for the most part. This piece is going to be decorative. So I'm going to wrap a little coil, which I love. Swirly, dangly wires and sparkly beads. That is what I love about jewelry. Okay, so there's one little swirl, and now I'm going to start putting my beads on. At the bottom and at the top part of the wires, you want to use small beads because you don't want that wire to stick out too fast. And so, wait, I'll show you in a second here what I'm doing. Maybe. Come on, you. Get on. Alright, I'm going for another one. Which one? Small one. That one. Perfect. Okay. Here is why you want them to be small, because as you wrap them, they're going to be close in on the beads. And if you had a very big bead right here, it would bump out too fast. So you want to start yourself with a couple of coils around, and you want to make the decision, how many times do you want it to go around? Do you want it to be tight or loose? And then you string your beads on. Now here's one that I have. This is one long bead, and I kind of like the way that looks too. Now this one is just about finished, so let me put some of the small beads on. because remember you do the small beads at the top and the bottom for the same reason. Oh, all right, you guys, this is a conspiracy. They don't want to get on my wire. I'll do one more and then I will wrap. Here's a green one. Yay, green. Okay, so I've done this one the same way, and I have my one curly Q at the top. And now as I wrap this around, I'm going to end up with another tail. Yes, I do. I like the way that looks. Okay. And I can go one more time around. When I do two curly Qs, one faces up and one faces down, because that's how I like it. And you can, well, I want it to be a little tighter than that. If you can make it work with your fingers, you get a really cool, not perfect curly Q. Now it does need to be a little tighter than that. So I can do that with my pliers. And let me show you one that's already done. I have a couple different examples. This one has one curly Q, and that's 3 beads again. That's a little bit shorter than the first one you saw. This one is 3 taller beads, and it has the little bone dangle at the bottom. This one is copper wire too. I love copper. And then this one was done with 2 wires. And the reason I did that was because I wanted one to come up through the bead and put the little leaf on and make the little curly Q at the end of it, so it kind of looks like a pumpkin. And then I made a cage for it with the other 3 lengths. I like that too. And this one at the bottom with the dangle, I made the spiral and then I flattened it a little bit with the chasing hammer. I like that look, and it makes the light hit it a little differently and bounce off real pretty. And this one is the example that I made that you saw. The difference in this one is that I added the little swirl on the dangle bead. And there you have it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this jewelry project. I know I enjoyed making it. I hope that you're inspired to try something like it, and that if you do, you take pictures and I get to see them. Thanks, everyone.